Tonight we're visiting the northwest corner of the state, or northern Berkshire County. Our home base for our visit is the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art, or MassMoCA. There we set up our lights and cameras and talked with local leaders to learn more about the issues and the challenges that this rural area of the state faces. But we begin tonight with an overview of this region by producer Tony Dunne and videographer Dave Fraser.
I think North County is a combination of people and places.
It's a beautiful area. As a sense of place, I would define it as having a big heart.
A population that's passionate about their towns.
When you're born in a town like Adams, that heart and spirit keeps you going. It's just part of you.
I love that I can go get a really good latte at the cool coffee shop on the corner, and I encounter all of these artists and creative people along that route. I love that.
They're passionate about the history, the culture, the nature that makes up this rugged landscape of the northern Berkshires.
Geographically speaking, northern Berkshire County consists of Williamstown, Clarksburg, North Adams, Florida, Savoy, Adams, Cheshire, Hancock.
It sustains a population that still engages in farming, but it also has a population that's passionate about their towns and promoting them and wanting people to come visit and experience what they're all about.
I came here to do an internship program for arts management to get away from the city, so I was driving here on Route 2, and I was just blown away by how beautiful it was. And I quickly learned about the world-class arts and cultural institutions and all of the artists that live here. And I just fell in love with it. I love the farm-to-table culture here. I love the natural beauty and recreation.
The northern county of Berkshire has so many places to explore. The Hoosick Range, Field Farm in Williamstown, Stafford Hill over in Cheshire, the Appalachian Trail. You could say that Mount Greylock makes up the centerpiece of the northern Berkshire landscape. Obviously, everybody looks up to it from down below, and from the top you look down on everything that surrounds as far as 100 miles away.
Northern Berkshire's history pretty much mirrors the history of our country in the 19th and 20th century. We've experienced the Industrial Revolution.
The northern Berkshire County began to thrive more than a century ago as a result of all the mills that sprang up.
The railroad became an important part of our economy. They built the Hoosick Tunnel between 1850 and 1870, and the Hoosick Tunnel was the largest tunnel in the world at that time. The Arnold Print Works was probably the largest textile printer in the nation. And today the Arnold Print Works complex is the home to MassMoCA in North Adams. When the South and the United States became industrialized and started producing their own cotton, that pretty much killed our textile industry. The population in Adams alone went from 12,000 down to 8,000 in a period of maybe 40 years.
The interesting thing about Berkshire County is that as a whole, the population is on a decline. Not only is our population aging, but obviously the number of young people is shrinking.
So more young people need to move here, need to stay here. We are trying to show them what a great place this is and attract them here.
One of the big struggles, I believe, in the northern Berkshires is that economic development can't come fast enough.
The creative economy has definitely given new life to North Adams.
Yeah, the creative economy is responsible for give or take 6,000 jobs in the county at any given time. The anchors here are these three major museums, the Clark, MassMoCA, and WCMA, Williams College Museum of Art. Those attract visitors worldwide, and there are these other smaller projects and festivals and organizations that are here too that sort of enrich this community, like the Williamstown Theater Festival, the Williamstown Film Festival, which is really cool. I mean, the success metrics are there. And it's clearly visible when you look at downtowns like North Adams. When I was the manager of Down Street Art, which puts temporary galleries and empty storefronts downtown 6 years ago, we had galleries in, 8 empty storefronts. Now there are galleries in 3. So there's a clear relationship between the creative economy and arts-driven economic development and the revitalization of downtown.
In Adams, they're really capitalizing right now on their sense of outdoors, and it's a great place to go hiking, to go skiing. You have the Thunderbolt ski race now. These are really exciting opportunities for Adams.
Meanwhile, in Williamstown, which was basically a farm town, changed their economy to become academic-oriented when Williams College really blossomed in the 70s and the 80s. And now Williams College is probably the largest employer in northern Berkshire at this time.
Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts is consistently in the top 10 college rankings for U.S. News and World Report. You need not travel far to get an outstanding education in northern Berkshire County.
There's a lot of room for invention and creativity in northern Berkshire County.
Despite myriad setbacks that the towns may have had over the years, there's always a sense of optimism and heart that somehow keeps on ticking.
Moving here has inspired me as an artist. It's given me a support system, but I have more opportunities as well. I love that I can implement really interesting programs and ideas that I have on how to make this community a better place and see the success of those things really sort of clearly. I love that.
And so I think change is in the air in northern Berkshire County. If the three lead communities keep on doing what they're doing, finding the excitement, making it the great place that it is to live and grow up and raise a family and get the word out, there are going to be big things in store for northern Berkshire County.